Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in for another episode of Talks with Tony. Now, yesterday, a few of y'all said, Tony, if you put up 3 videos in a day, I'm gonna watch 3 videos in a day. Now, I don't always have that kind of time, but today, I've changed my coaching schedule from coaching at noon to where my first session is at 3 p.m. So that gives me a little bit more time to kind of help more people through videos in the earlier part of the day, and then I do my one-on-ones later in the day. Y'all give me a second, cause my wife got this air on and I'm in here like fishing some hot grease. I mean the heater. Hey, babe. 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 Hey. You cut that heat off? Hey, y'all forgive me now. Y'all forgive me. Cause see, my office is a little box, and I got these lights on me. And my wife got that heat on. I'm in here popping like fish grease. I'm in here. I might need my ventilator. I told her about that yesterday. I'm like, baby, come on now. Y'all got, hold on, commercial break. Now I can get me a little water in me. Babe, I'm in here start sweating. I had to give me some water in me. You did that on purpose? I went in here, I was getting ready to answer this letter. I said, phew. And my video's still running. I don't waste people time. Huh? Oh, I heard her barking. All right, so we back, regular scheduled programming. So got a letter today. Now this is my second one of the day. This one look a little long now. I have not read it. I can see, and she got a picture. So some of y'all who use Gmail, you have your little picture so I can see you. Good afternoon, Tony. So here it is. I was dating a guy, 38 years old, no children. We met in April, unfortunately on Bumble, which is called Dumble on my site, and Fumble, all right, and Crumble. It was my first time I tried / tested out online dating. He just got out of a 5-year marriage in November 2019. Okay. He stated he wanted the divorce, said it was very toxic, and he just retired from the Navy in August 2020. Suffers from PTSD. He does do therapy. He was consistent with calling via video and regular phone calls. We didn't meet up until late June due to lockdown. We live 4.5 hours away from each other. Some people ask me why I say certain words, because certain words video get flagged. And they got to put all the notices on it and stuff. You say certain stuff, you know. We live 4.5 hours away from each other. So we decided to meet up in a city halfway. We did stay the weekend with each other. We met up like 2 to 3 times, and 2 to 3 times after, one time I stayed with him at his house. Okay, so y'all stayed a weekend. Nah, all right. You ain't put no details in there about what went down on these weekends, or y'all just was holier than thou on those weekends. One visit, the last night before we were going back to our towns, he started to give me an attitude vibe. Ignored it until he was still acting the same the next morning. I asked was he okay and addressed his behavior. He gave me the typical I'm fine speech and look. So ignored it and went home. He didn't call me for 2 weeks. Then he called to apologize and said I didn't deserve that, and he was in his head about our convo we had at dinner that night. So I accepted his apology and told him that it was unacceptable, that we should be able to communicate if something was bothering you, etc. So I said, okay, moving forward, if you decide to do this again, no call / disappearing for weeks at a time, days to weeks at a time, then don't even bother calling me back. He did a smirk at me through video call. So I told him I'm serious, and he agreed. 3 to 4 weeks later, we planned for me to come visit him, and during those 3 to 4 weeks, we became exclusive. This time, instead of me staying with him at his house, I decided to get my own hotel room because of what he did with his disappearing act. He did have a little toot about it, but he said whatever makes me comfortable. Everything was cool, even a double date with his best friend and her man. Then again, the night before I was leaving, I was at his house watching a movie with him. I felt the vibe change again with him. I didn't address it. So I said, I'm going to head to my room and see you in the morning. Next morning, he calls me and told me he's going to start on his day with working on the house because he is renovating it. Thought I was already on the road. I told him, why would I be on the road if we usually see each other before we leave? We got into a debate, and I called him out on his actions, on how he was acting last night and how it was similar to his last time he was acting funny. He ended up coming to the hotel, and we had brunch. We talked about it, and I expressed that maybe he isn't ready to be in a relationship and that he is holding on to his past, etc. After brunch, we went to Lowe's, and then I left to head home. He called to see if I made it home, and he said he would call back because he was working on the house. Okay. That is the last time I heard from him, and I have not reached out at all either, due to the fact that I had to stick to my word. It's been about 4 weeks now. Okay, you wrote me in October. To be clear, I have not slept with him at all. Okay. No peach cobbler. Okay. Or talking to the mic. LOL, I am 35 years old and been abstaining for almost 2 years and newly to dating again. I do like him a lot besides those 2 issues, which are big. We complemented each other well with the looks. We got along well with each other. We have a lot of things in common as well, even spirituality, God, but totally opposite to everything. But totally opposite to everything just flowed. But totally opposite to. Okay. What should I do if and when he calls back? Do I answer if I'm available? Do I call back days / weeks later, or do I not answer at all? P.S. Sorry for the long email, and thank you for all your help. I love your videos, and you have opened my eyes to a lot of things. I'm truly grateful. Thank you. All right, now, okay. Now, I was trying not to laugh at the little petty man. So this right here, I was like, man, he acting like he on his period. But I don't say that in a derogatory way, but you know how people always say when a woman on her period, she act differently. I don't know if that's true or not. My wife don't really change, so I'm not sure. But I'm just kind of saying it jokingly, like, wow, buddy, you acting like you bleed 7 days out the month and just going through and, you know, struggling, cramping or something. He act like he dealing with cramps and headaches, and because I just don't understand a man getting an attitude on the last day every time you come to see him, other than when you said that, I said, okay, it sound like you ain't coming up off nothing. And then he getting actually frustrated. And so now he actually frustrated, and it start to brew over. run over on that last day, and he get in a little attitude because he mad because he wanted that release. And then after he ghosted you the one time for 2 weeks, you come back and you go get you a hotel. So you say, okay, you gonna make that move? All right, I'm finna make this move. Checkmate. So he like, whoa, okay. So really, he has not dealt with a woman of the likes of you. Now, see, listen, he 38 years old with no children. He was married 5 years. Got divorced in November 2019. Y'all met in April. So he hopped right back on the line. Got right online, right on this site. And this the site where the woman got to make her move first, right? And so he get on there where he know he got him pursuant woman, thirsty. When you get on the site the way you got to contact the man first, that's although they trying to say, oh, this is to keep women safe, and so women only have to deal with who they want to deal with. That's what they tell y'all. But what they not telling you is how a man read that. A man don't care nothing about that. A man look at it like, listen, if you willing to get online to meet a man on a site that you have to make the first move, you is loose and you is thirsty. So now he found out otherwise with you. Now, your email sound like you own a salon. Your email address. And your picture look like you take advantage of the services that's offered in the salon because you look well put together. Now this look like a very professional. Let me get my good eye on you. Look like a very professional photo. Try my other eye. Yeah, you look professional photo. Okay, y'all compatible looks wise. Now you look mixed black and white, but you could be a Hispanic something of the nature. Now we all know in America that sometimes men have a trophy complex if you are lighter complected because of the trauma that dark-skinned people have been put through. And yes, there's trauma that light-skinned people have been put through. A lot of y'all have got jumped and beat up on and all that. It's trauma both ways. But we know that a man can typically put a woman on a pedestal if society says we like this shade better than this shade. And until we come into the knowledge of that and we recognize and realize that that is real, that colorism is real, then we're not able to confront those underlying biases that are there. So what happened is, because of your looks, he gave you more leeway than he would have given another woman. Because to him, you look like a queen, you look classy, you look like you could have any man that you want. You look like you ain't got to be desperate for no man. So that's why he just wasn't jumping all over you and just trying to wham bam, thank you ma'am, throw you in the bed. But then, he just retired from the Navy. He dealing with, the mental health issues. He getting therapy. So that also probably plays a little part in his mood swings and just little attitudes. But here's the thing. What's very, very scary about something like this is a man should not be showing you attitude and ghosting you this early in a relationship. It should not ever happen. But what I'm saying is, if it's going to happen, typically a man will try to get you all the way before he show true colors. This man just glaring true colors, just showing all kind of true colors, and y'all barely knowing each other. Y'all ain't known each other a year. And so you say y'all met in April, and then now you got cut off September, end of September. And then he had you come stay with him, and you get a hotel or you staying with him, and then he catching an attitude every time y'all around each other. So this way too early. Now, what will happen is when you don't give him none, he had to cut you off. You say y'all did stay with each other, and y'all met up like 2 to 3 times after, and one time you stayed with him at his house. And so when you left that one time, and he didn't call you for 2 weeks, then he called and apologized. What do you think he was doing in them 2 weeks? Out there trying to contract diseases. He was out there trying to get all of that out of him that was backed up while he was turned on with you, but couldn't get that off. So now he got to call his other woman that he feel, because she's a little looks challenged, and it ain't just by complexion or anything like that, because she could be your same exact color and still be looks challenged to him. So she could be white, she could be Asian, she could be black, she could be whatever she want to be, but she struggle a little more than you do with her self-esteem. And so he called her, bring her on over, get her on her back. What he could also do is be juggling y'all on these different weekends. So you there one weekend, somebody else there the next weekend, somebody else there the next weekend. But he could have you as the head in the race. You got the lead, so he take you to meet his best friend and her man. Now, anytime a man, 38 with no children, got a woman that's his best friend, he already gonna be having menstrual cramps because he too feminine. A man, 38, no kids, for one, most men want to see their seed. So for a man to be 38 with no kids, that's already, for me, a red flag. And especially with him being married 5 years. Now, unless she was barren, and could not have children. But, and then he told us very toxic. Yeah, toxic, you catch an attitude every other day. And then probably was in the marriage treating the woman like she is somebody that you was over there fighting against when you were deployed. And you setting IEDs around the house full of flour, and she stepping on landmines and getting blew up with flour in her face because you still acting like you over there, in fighting. And so, talking about he left the marriage, that woman left that man. That's why he's still throwing attitudes now. His wife had to get on up out of there. I bet if you find his wife on Facebook and ask her about what she went through, that woman will say, listen, now he gave me PTSD. Dealing with all what he had going on, and he was not going to therapy. And then he say he does do therapy. You don't know that. Unless you sitting outside that office, that therapy office, you don't know if he getting therapy. And then he catching an attitude. Every time you look up, he got attitude. So this right here, sister, and I can speak on this because you're not in no imminent danger. Yeah, hopefully he ain't already called you. He probably have called you by the time I'm answering this. But yeah, you need to go on about your business. You need to go on about your business because he got too many mood swings too early. So this is a man right here. So for number one, stay off online dating. Stay off online dating. You look decent. You take care of yourself. When I say look decent, I can't say you beautiful or nothing like that. I'm married. Okay, you ain't nothing wrong with you. So you don't need to go online. Like they say, you got a face for radio. You don't have a face for radio. You see what I mean? So you could get out to the real world, full, live and in color, and meet you a man. All right? You don't have to go get on online dating. Online dating is just for special circumstances. You're not in that circumstance. Right now, with your hair laid the way you got it laid, it look like you got your... If that's your real hair, you blessed and highly favored. Lord, show love to your roots. If that's weave, it look like you got 3-4 bundles in there. It's thick. It look like it costs at least $400 to $700. So, look like your eyebrow took care. You got your mascara on. Wear your little earring. Look like you take care of yourself. So you're not a man could see you with a man will holler at you for voluminous hair with your mask on. So you don't have to get online. He'll be able to just look in your eyes and just see. He'll look in your eyes. He'll look at your body, see how you take care of yourself. He'll know just from that. Mask ain't really stopping nothing. Mask ain't stopping these men now. Now, if you take that mask off and you ain't got no teeth, now that's a different story. Unless you have an issue to where you not able to have teeth right now and you about to go get some, then he'll understand, he'll represent that. But now if they just gone just from candy, cavities and stuff like that, get knocked out from fighting, that's something different, But if it's a health issue, he'll understand. Even when you take that mask off, if you got your little breakout because the mask right there and it just pores getting too clogged, he'll understand that too. Because he'll know once situation, we get past the situation, you're able to wash thoroughly better and not have that mask in there, get that CO2 keep going back to your face. You see what I mean? So y'all don't feel desperate right now because you got to wear a mask. Keep your mask on and the man still for you gonna be for you. And everything gonna balance out because he might choose you just because he like what's on your hips and say, "Ooh, I like what's on her hips. I want to get to know if she got a personality and some character to match that character back there." You see what I mean? Men approach women for all different reasons. To each man their own. But this guy right here, when it's this early and you done got ghosted twice, first time was 2 weeks, the next time was 4 weeks. And see, this the thing. If this man done call you and you answer that phone, he done lost all respect for you. Because you told him on the phone, looking him in the face, if you gonna do this again, don't even worry about calling me. So listen, you say, what should I do if and when he calls back? Do I answer if I'm available? Do I call back days/weeks later, or do I not answer at all? Your answer is what you told him. You told him, if you gonna do this again, do not worry about calling me. And he smirked at you because he could read you just bluffing. And the fact that you sent me this email let me know you were bluffing. Because you ain't got to ask this question if you bought that life, if you meant what you told him. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing, a lesson that y'all got to learn. Mean what you say. Mean what you say. I'm never going to tell you to come off your horse. I ain't never going to tell you to bite down off your word when you standing up for yourself and you loving and respecting yourself and you telling a man, look, you going to love and respect me too if you going to be with me. I ain't never telling you to come down off of that. You feel what I'm saying? So understand that right there now. So, some of y'all wonder why I ain't got my ring on. You see the indent in here. My hand swole up, my allergies. I messed around and ate some. Hand went swelling up, that ring went to cutting off circulation. So my wife gave me authorization to sit it on the counter. But you see, I'm still happily married. I just was talking to my wife on this video, okay? I have to mention stuff like that. Some of y'all say, Tony, I ain't even noticed that. You will be surprised who be noticing stuff. Somebody the other day when I was walking in with the box, Tony, cover your address. That wasn't even my address. That was a box address. And on my neighborhood, I told my wife, I said, baby, they talking about cover your address because you can see the last two letters, two numbers on the address. She said, hey, we live in a gated neighborhood with 24-hour security. You can't get in the gate because it's a human right there. And unless they call your house and they ain't let nobody in, ain't no way in here. So if somebody want to know an address that bad, come on in here. And then when you come on in here, I got something waiting on you. Okay? So y'all stop worrying about stuff that don't matter. Please, y'all stress me out. I'm trying to help. Yeah, Tony, I noticed in your eyes that you're looking a little tired. You should consider some apple cider vinegar mixed with witch hazel and bumblebee honey. It's like, did I ask you for your medical advice? I got a doctor. I don't want no medical advice in the comments or YouTube. We trying to help people. Y'all stop worrying about me. Okay, God got me covered. All right, and the Lord don't sleep, so I'm okay. All right, I had to point stuff out like that. All right, back to what I'm saying, sister. And this is a lesson to every single person. Do not bluff with a man. Because when you say something, and that's why you don't even have to say nothing to a man. Better yet, don't make threats. Just keep promises. Don't make threats. Because when you threaten a man, he's going to try you. And if he try you and you do the opposite of what you said you was gonna do, he loses all respect for you, and you will suffer from that same act for the rest of your life. He will dog you out and mistreat you the rest of your life because you tried to pull his card. He called your bluff, and now it's a wrap. He done with you because you a gamer, you playing games, you play mind games, you trying to fake classy, and you not really classy. This is what he telling himself. So when you give a man a clear warning like that right there, and he did 2 weeks no contact, then this next time it's been about 4 weeks, so he doubled it up on you. He letting you know. That's what he doing in your face. So if you answer that phone, burn your phone. If he already called you before I got to answer this, burn your phone. Burn your phone. If he could be doing amazing right now, cut him off, because it's coming back. Emailing y'all back. I'll be emailing y'all back when I'm done with these. Let you know it's answered. Some of them I forget though. I'll be moving too fast. So, what your lessons in this right here? Do not online date ever again. Do not online date. If you feeling desperate and you get authorization from a professional who says, due to your situation, online dating will not hurt you. Sometimes I do that for my clients 50 and older. Just because y'all done been around, y'all done been out here, you a little wiser, you know a little more. So sometimes I'll authorize it. Or if you sign up for 4 sessions with me, and I know we're going to be coaching, I'll authorize it because I am a dating coach. So I'm able to, when you meet somebody, I can read that man and assess the situation. So you have protection, you have representation. So in certain situations, it'll be authorized. In most situations, no. The next thing, if you get desperate and decide you're going to do what you want to do because you're grown, which you have every right to, do not use a site that upends the natural order of things. Men are hunters. Men are pursuers. The man has to get on one knee. So let him stay congruent with that action of getting on one knee by being the man and approaching you and letting you know, I am interested in you. And if a dating site does not have that to be the way, then that's not the right dating site. You need to be on a site where the man has to approach you if you're going to do online dating. But I am totally against online dating because I am a man and I know the type of men that get online to date. It's not a good thing. 99.9% of the time. Yes, 0.1% of the time, it may be a decent man on there. And so it's a few of y'all who know somebody who had that man. But if they have not been married for 10 years or more, then you actually do not know if that man is a decent man, because a man could play a role for a while. So stay offline dating. Number 2, you did good keeping your legs closed. Number 3, never stay at a man's house. Always, if you go visit a man, always get you a hotel. Always. If he come visit you, always have him get a hotel. If a hotel is expensive and y'all cannot afford a hotel, y'all are too broke to be dating. Focus on your money, get back to work, keep working, and when y'all can afford hotel rooms, then worry about dating. Okay? Get your business in order first. Number 4, early on in the dating stage, you watch for red flags. When you see serious red flags like ghosting you for weeks at a time, the relationship is over. After he ghosted you for those 2 weeks, you shouldn't even went back. So now he came back, you took him back, you went to visit him some more. Now he done ghosted you again for 4 weeks. If you ain't all the way absolute gone, then you would deserve what's coming to you. Because you know better, you got more sense than that. So don't be a pretty fool. Don't be a ugly fool. Don't be a naive fool, gullible fool. Don't be no kind of fool, okay? Don't be the one that play the fool. Get up, pack your stuff, and got to go. All right. Oh, sir. Okay, sir. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. All right. Okay. Well, all right. It was good knowing you, sir. Okay. Good knowing you. All right. This was one too many times. All right. So great knowing you. Okay. All right. Bye. Thank you. Just like that right there. Got to go. Got to go. Just like that. I don't care if he cry, holler, yell, tell you about all his ailments from the Navy. Okay, go to therapy. Bye. Got to go. All right, go on about your business. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. I might get one more of these in here, and our family car getting service, so I got to leave in a little bit to go pick it up. And so I'm going to just shoot until I got to go. God bless you. We'll talk soon.